Jack Hughes left yesterday's game with an injury that could have been really bad. We hope the best for Jack Hughes, and we're keeping updates on this throughout this video. We're going to also talk about the New Jersey Devils as a whole. You know, this team has been absolutely incredible this year, but with the loss of Nico, Hischier, and Jack Hughes, we hope this team can remain on track for what they've been doing. So, before we get into everything that we have in this video, we noticed that 94% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel. So, if you're looking for a spot to get all your news from around the NHL, you're in the right spot. Make sure to stay a while, subscribe to the channel, because we know a lot of you guys aren't subscribed, and we really appreciate it if you do. But like I said, a very, very scary injury for Jack Hughes. You know, I'm not exactly sure what it was, whether it was collarbone, head, shoulder, upper body. We know it's upper body for sure. I just don't know exactly what it is from a medical standpoint, I would say. It's definitely somewhere, I would say, shoulder up from right here, but an absolutely very, very scary injury, and we hope the best for Jack Hughes. You know, Justin Faulk, Torey, Krug, sticks were in. I don't think it was a trip. I'm not going to say it wasn't, but I think the sticks were not any major impact into the trip of, or tripping into the boards. But, Nick, what do you think about this Jack Hughes little situation here? We know that it's going to be a few days until we'll know exactly what happened, like what Elliot Friedman said here. Whereas Jack Hughes, it might take a day or two to figure out how serious things are/aren't. So, what do you think about the Jack Hughes situation and what it could have been? You know, how long he might be out, if he is at all.
Yeah, if I was a Devils fan here, especially after watching the way he crashed into those boards, and leaving the game, I wouldn't have any fingernails left for the next couple days. Like, I'd be very, very nervous because this team, this New Jersey team, this has potential to be one of the best teams in the league this year, if not the best. Their power play is doing Edmonton Oilers-esque things as of last year when Edmonton had like the 50% power play. I don't know what their percentage is, but I know Hughes and Broad have been dominant on their power play. Luke Hughes has even been seeing some time there. So, I mean, this team has the potential to be great. And now after losing Hischier, like you said, and Hughes, if this is long-term, this could be really detrimental to New Jersey. So I just hope he's not too injured.
Yeah, no, me as well. You know, Jack Hughes has been on record pace this season. Just for the people who, you know, are following hockey but don't follow it too much, and for those who just are stats nerds like us, this is a nice stat here to see how good Jack Hughes has been doing. So this is the most points before the 10th game of a season since 93-94 is what he's gotten this season. But you can see he's with some very nice group of people here. Marlon Mew, Wayne Gretzky, Leon Draisaitl, Ron Francis, and Jaromir Jagr. You know, it's definitely a list where you want to be on that. So that just shows for how good Jack Hughes has been doing. Like you said, a lot of it has been on the power play, but you cannot discredit that from the whole Devils team as a whole, as well as Jesper Bratt and Jack Hughes, because you have to still be on the power play. You still have to run it to be able to get points on it. So it just shows that they're transferring their power play and their regular, their even strength, you know, skill and play into what they're doing on the score sheet, which is absolutely what you want to see.
Well, you have to be good at drawing penalties as well. So I mean, they're also that's a skill in the game. Like if you're good at drawing penalties, you're getting more power play opportunities. That's a skill.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, like you got to take a penalty on the guys because they're too good. You know, if we could see how many drawn penalties that, like, who took them, I'd say it'd be a lot of Jack Hughes, a lot of Jesper Bratt, a lot of Nico Hischier, you know, those stars on this team, because I'll just pull up the lines here. I think that, you know, arguably the top three lines, if you included Nico Hischier on that, could be a first line in majority of teams. Like, I think they could easily run all four of these lines with no trouble. But like you said as well, the defense, you can't discredit the defense as well. They've been playing absolutely incredible. Like you said, Luke Hughes, they've been also on fire as well. You know, Dougie Hamilton, Jonas Siegenthaler, Kevin Vall, John Marino, Brendan Smith, and Luke Hughes. Another incredible set of defense. So, you know, this team has been on wheels, and we just hope that these injuries don't slow them down in any way. And I really hope they're not long-term as a fan of the game. Not even a Devils fan.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we're on the Devils bandwagon. I gotta say, I'd really like to see the Devils do good. You know, brings back the era of Martin Brodeur from what we've seen when we started watching hockey. So seeing that again would be really cool.
It's a hell of a lot of a different style, though.
Oh, yeah,
than those
absolutely.
Devils played back in the day when they won their cups. There was a lot of score a couple goals and like wait until like the end of the game, try to shut it down and try to, it's easy to do that when you have Martin Brodeur in net. You can like score a couple goals and sit back and just like, if they get around your defense, they're just going to have to go through Brodeur anyway. So that's what they used to play like. But this team is very heavily offensive, and I think I'd argue the only problem on this team right now is the goaltending. So it just sucks. Like we always come back to the injury of Jack Hughes because like it just sucks. If you want to see records broken, you want to see like Jack Hughes is with that like that company that you said, like Lemieux, Gretzky, Ron Francis, Jaromir Jagr, all those guys. You want to see him do that, and you want to see him break a record, but like it's just not going to happen if he's injured long term, and it's just going to be a regular season for New Jersey when it could have been great, right?
Yeah. And like you said, now we're moving on to the rest of the Devils, which I also do want to touch on in this video. Yeah. They're elite, and there's no debating. I will argue with anybody to say the Devils are cup contenders. I think that's something that we have to establish in today's game. They have made that move to becoming contenders rather than, a playoff team. They're going for it all, and they're not going for a first-round exit. I know nobody's going for a first-round exit, but you know what I mean. And I'm just going to pull up the stats here from this team. They're incredible. There's no saying they aren't. Like Jack Hughes, 20 points. Jesper Bratt, 18 points. Tyler Toffoli, 11. And now the list goes on. Like, they're sharing the points around for, majority of this roster. There's a few guys I think they want to step up. One being Dawson Mercer. He's been on the third line as of late. I'm not sure exactly what they've put him, where they put him at the start of the season. But if you can get him going like he was last season, you have quite the incredible roster there. And, you're gonna need people to step up if Jack Hughes is out long term. If who are we talking about? Nico Hischier was out long term. Yeah. You want some other guys around this roster to step up because you're gonna need them to if you want to continue on the pace you're on. But Nick, what do you think about this roster as a whole? I'll pull it up again for you here. But the points have been spread around and they've looked great. There's no denying it.
Well, I think a lot of the Dawson Mercer stuff is probably because he was playing in the top 6 last year, and this year he hasn't been because Tyler Toffoli's been kind of taking his minutes. And you got to give it to Toffoli. He's a veteran. He's a great two-way player going out there, like playing with Jack Hughes. He's playing great. Like you can't deny Tyler Toffoli a top 6 spot, and Dawson Mercer's only a young guy trying to prove himself. Which I would like to see Dawson Mercer in there now in the top 6 if one of those guys is out long term. I don't know who they'd play at center because they've got Meyer and who was on the first line again up there with Meyer and Hughes, I think. Toffoli. Yeah, I don't know who they play at center if that was the case. Maybe Mercer can. I have no idea. I don't watch too many of their games, but I'd like to see him in the top 6 at least again because the guy was playing great last season. Like you can't deny that Dawson Mercer was going to, especially in this contract year, have another great season. But I don't know. It just sucks about the injury, man. Because I want to see Mercer in there, but you can't deny what Jack Hughes was doing.
Yeah, apologize my blurriness here. I don't know what happened to my camera. Give me one moment. There we go. Yeah, like you said, this roster has been incredible, and you're going to want someone to step up with the absence if these guys are out long term, even if it's a game or two. You still need to have someone fill in those roles. You can't afford in today's game to drop a few games with someone having an injury. But like you said as well, the goaltending, that's really, I would say, their only issue on this team right now. We've said over the offseason that there's a potential for maybe a trade with a guy like Connor Hellebuck. Now, obviously, we don't think that'll happen with the extension, but I think there's still a few names that we could see. Maybe make a move to the Devils this season if they are willing to trade one, but that'll be for a later date. So let us know down below in the comments what you think about this Devils team, what you think about the injury, if you think it's long-term, if you think it's short-term. We really hope it's short-term. Like you said about the we like seeing records being broken. As a Wild fan, when you're seeing Connor McDavid put up 150 points, a lot against the Wild as well, it's just something that you can only admire at that point. There's nothing you can really do about it, so you just got to sit back and watch because there's no stopping him. So hopefully he's out only short term. Hopefully he'll be back as soon as possible. But that's all we have. If you did like the video, make sure to like it and make sure to subscribe as well if you don't want to miss any content from around the league. I mean, we know a lot of you guys aren't subscribed who are watching, and we're going to be posting videos nearly every day. We're working pretty good lately. The summer was a bit bit sparse, but we're back full time. The NHL is rocking and rolling. So subscribe if you want to see the content we have to upload. But thank you for watching. See you later. Have a great day.